Well, hello, friends. What's up? Philip here with Points of Philip, and we have a bunch of other guests. We might be having some other guests first, but we have to talk to a special shout out to the Rewards Master, who's this way. So thanks so much for being here. And then we also have Anthony Venture, who's also doubling as Philip's #1 fan. So that's even amazinger. And we actually just got someone else just stepping into the studio as well. So let's go ahead and welcome Chad from Chad's Money Minutes. Thanks so much for being here.
Hey, Chad.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thanks so much for being here. Yeah. I wanted to actually just kind of basically just throw it out an invite to everybody who was a part of my journey over the past year. And, Chad, honestly, you were very supportive of my first videos with like commenting and liking and stuff like that. And so that really meant a lot to me. So I just want to say thank you for that. And then, of course, Anthony had me on his first live a couple of months ago. Well, about 11 months ago, or my first live, I guess I should say. So that was really fun. And then, of course, Rewards Master, we had some really good conversations that I just, thought you should be a part of, which is great because we have office hours, but now we actually have a professor. So we can call it office hours now.
Yep. Do I need to give you the grading rubric for this or not? No.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully it meets expectations. I guess we'll find out. All right. Well, I figured we just kind of start off by just talking a little bit about some of the stuff that's been going on this week with points and miles. And there's been a lot of stuff between the Hyatt evaluations and, Anthony saying that absolutely everyone should get a platinum card. I figure we have enough to talk about here. So Anthony, why does everybody need a platinum card?
Well, because you have to own the platinum card to say that you did, and then you need to use that as a flex at some point. Like basically, it's like going to the military. Like you go to the military, and then you could say like, oh yeah, I went overseas, I did all these things. So it puts you in a better position than just the general proletariat. And so the same with the platinum card. If you have it, you just say you've had it. And whatever anyone else's strategies, whatever they say, it doesn't really matter because if they haven't had a platinum, they're not in the same playing field as you. That's the reason.
There you go. Okay. So you just got to check the box then, is what you're telling me.
So I can respect your opinion because you've had one before. So that's how it works.
So because Chad's here, I've got to ask Anthony, what was your effective annual fee for the platinum?
Effective annual fee is negative $25.
So Amex paid you $3,500 to keep the card, right?
Crazy. Checks are coming in.
All right, yeah. Oh man, honestly,
do you get the same flex if we've got the business platinum, or does that not flex?
I think that's higher. Actually, I think that's a higher level.
It means you're a super high spender as well. So
I've never had the business platinum, so I think all three of you have. So I'm not on the same level as you guys. So I actually should probably leave.
Well, that's because Bop is serving a life sentence in Amex jail. On the personal side. Now on the business side, they love me, but not on the personal side. Life sentence without parole.
Without no chance of parole, 25 to life.
Yeah.
No 25, just life.
Just life. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody actually commented on one of my videos recently. I think it was the 820,000 points one. Aren't you worried about being in pop-up jail? I'm like, brother, I've been in pop-up jail since I started. They just it's business cards, But yeah. All right. So I got to ask though. So we have a couple of people who have the business card platinum cards, and obviously Anthony with the personal platinum, and a couple of us have personal platinum as well. Which one's the better one? The business platinum or the personal platinum one?
Well, Nona has the personal, and I think it's better because she likes the Lulu. She likes the Lululemon. So.
Oh yeah.
I think for spenders, quote unquote, high spenders, I think the business definitely works out better, especially if you make large purchases in a single clip, because I've noticed that even with multiple purchases, as long as the final total, oh no, I'm not going to explain this right. Let me revamp that. But either way, high spenders, business, but definitely people who, and going into what Anthony's saying, if you like lifestyle stuff, you can make a case for the platinum. Does the value present? Maybe, maybe not. But as far as like credits and coupons, definitely the personal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easier to at least justify to yourself that you're getting that value. I would say, yeah, 100%. Yeah, but for the spin though, like the fact that you get 2x back on anything over 5,000 has been really huge for me. Especially this past year, it's been great.
Absolutely. Oh, and firstly, thank you so much for having me, and secondly, congrats on the new addition to the family.
Thank you.
I didn't want to miss the opportunity to say that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's been really a wild month. He's actually just turned a month old today, and so it's been wild. We're actually finally starting to hit 4 hours though, which is nice.
And my favorite videos are when you have the baby carrier right in the front there. That is the best. That's endearing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Have you noticed retention on the videos gone up? People are watching longer.
On that one, actually, it was lower actually. So
If the baby haters,
right? Yeah, exactly.
Community.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, I do want to make sure we're giving the chat some love. We have Vincent with Pascal with $1.99. Thanks so much. This Anthony Venture character, which Anthony, I got an email saying that I shouldn't work with you anymore from Anthony Venture. So we'll see.
Yeah. You're way smarter and more handsome and all that.
Yeah. First live of March. This is my first live of March, but we've had Rewards Master was there earlier too. But Dim, thanks so much for being here too. Calder's, I think you'll be at 10,000 subscribers by year 2 at this rate. Wow, that would be really astonishing if I could do that. But it's been an incredible year so far.
Yeah, you'll hit
it. Juan Garcia.
3 a day. Just put out 3 a day.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah, the numbers can't go wrong. All right. Oh, yeah. So Mike Newland has a good question after this, but thanks so much, Juan Garcia. Good afternoon to you. And Mike Newland, thanks so much for being here as well. Congratulations. What was your video total in year 1? Can you top it in year 2? So actually, let's go to the tape, actually. And so if you take a look at the video total, it's 387 videos, which is insane. I didn't realize it was that much. So that's at least what? How did I do?
Over 1 a day.
Yeah, that's insane.
1 a day plus.
Wow.
It's got to be counting lives and shorts and stuff in that.
Yeah,
it does. It counts shorts.
Okay, then yeah. But wow, yeah, that's quite the year.
And this is your 1 year anniversary, right? Like March 1st, you put out your first video.
Wow. Yeah. My first video was about. We were actually talking about that, the fact that the credits don't matter for the American Express Gold Card. So
you can start a second channel, one of those how to succeed on YouTube channels.
Yeah.
With velocity.
There you go.
I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah.
They do well.
Yeah, you really did take the community by storm, just like, kind of out of nowhere, just pumping out a bunch of videos, high quality, speaking abilities, all those different things, consistent thumbnail all the way through, and then bam, then now you're everywhere. Discord and stuff people are mentioning.
Yeah. And I got to say, so thanks to Anthony Venture, though, because Anthony Venture, I don't know if he, I don't even know if you still have it on your website, but you have a program where you can give advice about YouTube that you can actually purchase. And that was actually one of the things we did a little bit under a year ago. And he told me, you got to fix your thumbnails. So,
yeah. But early on, you had like the devil and the
I thought I was being clever with that one too. Yeah. Let's see if I can pull it back. It's this one here. I thought I was being clever, but the lighting's terrible. It's bad.
Yeah.
But yeah,
general population won't click as much, but
no,
you killed it though. You absolutely killed it.
It's made it to 126 views after a year.
Right? Yeah. That CTR is amazing. But yeah, I got a little bit better at it though. If we go to
let's have everybody go back and watch the devil video and see if we can double.
The algorithm's not going to know what to do with it.
Today, double the amount of views on the video.
That's amazing. I love it. Oh man. Juan Garcia saying, hey to Chad, thanks so much. It's the Hollywood Squares of the credit card community. That's amazing. Let's see. Everyone else is talking about the group. And then Oscar was just in Bop's Live. That's awesome.
See you again, Oscar.
Anthony has a platinum because he needed a stronger PP. The bananas weren't helping enough.
You have to have a strong PP in life. I keep saying this. You know.
So I've actually, I got to ask you guys. So while you're here, I went and canceled a ton of cards so far this year. And one of them was I downgraded the platinum card, canceled my Aspire card. And pretty much the only, well, I do have the Venturex card, but the only actual premium travel card that's in my name is the Ritz-Carlton card. And I was kind of thinking, can I actually manage okay with lounges here? And it's, I don't know, like it's not having access to the Delta Sky Clubs is kind of, could be frustrating, but you know, having access to Priority Pass is not bad. And then the Sapphire lounges are good when you can find one. But what do you guys think? What's the best lounge card?
I mean, personally, for me, just from my own experience, after doing the crazy travels over the last, like 6 months, where I've literally just kind of been relying on Keys, Ritz-Carlton AU, it's been enough, to be honest. I mean, there were some cases where I had access to lounges because of business class flights, but I actually didn't even take advantage of those. We ended up just like getting to the airport later, and layovers were under an hour. But for the most part, just simple, the Ritz-Carlton Priority Pass was enough to, I don't know, get into a lounge if I ever needed to. And at least for the times that I really needed it, ended up being just like longer layovers than like JFK, where I was able to get into the Sapphire Lounge like faster than pretty much everybody else. And that was well worth it, because I think that's like, I think the Sapphire Lounges are like the absolute best. But no, otherwise I think Priority Pass was fine, like especially abroad. I really didn't have any issues whatsoever when the occasions even arisen. I wasn't lacking, I felt, but I hear you on Delta, when you're flying through Atlanta all the time.
Well, I think Chad can answer for himself, but he flies a lot too. But I fly a lot for work and stuff. So for me, the answer is very different. It's going to be the American Airlines executive card, because I fly the American. And I mean, we don't talk about this a lot, but if you fly a lot, you can't switch terminals when you got a 40-minute layover. So, I mean, Chad probably understands that. And I don't want to have to pay for food on a 40-minute layover. So so for me, I want an airline lounge that is close to my gate so that I can pop in for 20 minutes, grab something to eat, grab a drink, whatever, and then get to my next plane. And that's not really discussed much in the community, but it's just, to me, it's a fact.
Yeah.
If you fly more than maybe 10 times a year and you're on the same airline, it's just a no-brainer, because I mean, it beats, and people like American lounges aren't very nice. Yeah, but they're there and you can get in. And there's never a line. So, and that would be true of United lounges. Now, Delta, sometimes there's a line. So but with American and United, man, if you fly in them primarily, you can jump in, you can hop right back out, get to your plane when you don't have time. So how many flights do people, I guess people intentionally schedule 3-hour layovers, I guess. I don't know, but I have. I mean, but yeah, I need to get where I'm going. I mean, Chad can probably speak to that too, but.
Well, yeah, for my work travels, overall, the Platinum has been the best lounge card for me. I've had it for
you fly Delta then.
Like over 4 years, and I used to predominantly fly Delta. I've since switched to American because their status is easy to get. So I actually agree with Bob there about the American Airlines executive, the highest tier card, because all of their cards are a paragraph to say. And I've been in that situation where I've kind of had to just raw dog it until my next flight because I didn't have access to the American lounge. Outside of the country, though, I mean, I use the Platinum sparingly, but since I mostly do like business and first internationally, the ticket grants me access to the lounges. And the longest layover I've scheduled just to access a lounge was 9 hours to do the El Safo lounge.
It's worth it.
There you go.
Worth every minute, bless it and sanctify it. But yeah,
Wagyu steak medallions. Oh man,
I have B-roll of that. I'm
Yeah,
literally
I
doing a
know.
video. It's oh,
Nona would have remarried me right there. I mean,
Oh.
she was just like blown away.
absolutely delicious.
That's amazing. I love those international business class lounges, but the only one I've ever been on was actually an Air France lounge in Charles de Gaulle, and it wasn't the pretty one. It was just the one that was closest by the gate, and it was still really, really good. We actually ended up flying back out of Manchester to save on taxes and fees. I think it was like $200 less per person. But which meant that we didn't get the Virgin Lounge in Heathrow. But I figured that was probably not worth $200 a person to get into. But it still would be nice to go to it. But
Have any of y'all ever been to the Turkish lounge in Istanbul?
No, but I've seen it and
Okay.
it looks sick.
And we went at 2 a.m. because that's when the flight went. But whoa,
Really?
it's not as good as Al Safa. It's not, but it's a close second. It's really good.
It is pretty nice though. I've seen people.
It's gigantic. It's gigantic.
Yeah.
wow, I bet.
20 food stations where they're making
Wow.
stuff. It's crazy.
Dang.
Hey Philip, that Air France lounge. You remember what terminal was in? It was, I think it's either the M or the K, because I've been to 2 of them. I went to the 2-story one when I was transiting to Milan, and and then there's one that's basically for international outgoing to the Americas, and that one was single story, but it was utterly massive. I didn't know if that was the one.
I think that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which actually was pretty nice because like you could still like book like the facials and everything. We were in the morning, which was nice, but
yeah, like all the way at the back. Like if you come in and you make a right and you go all the way, and they have all the Clarence stuff and the zero gravity chairs, and yeah.
I call that the cheese lounge because I've never seen a lounge with more cheese.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Cheese.
Yeah.
Not because it's cheesy. It's just got a lot of cheese.
I was surprised at how bad the croissants were there, though. Like I was thinking, okay, it's Air France, in Paris. The croissants probably are good, but it was fine. Yeah.
Once you've been to Paris proper, you become a croissant snob.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm a croissant snob. Like legit.
Nice. So my wife and I, when the first time. What was that?
I just can't forget the tartar. I don't remember anything else from France.
Foie gras.
Yeah. Foie gras was actually like we did one. We did a night river cruise on the in the river, and that had foie gras there. That was actually pretty good. I was happy with it.
We did a covered boat with live music with recessed tape. I did that. That was our first anniversary. That is what I did with my wife.
That's amazing.
The name of the boat, but you catch it at the dock, and they take you by the other Statue of Liberty, the French government building. You get to see the Eiffel Tower light up because the ceiling is like transparent-ish.
Yes. Yep.
We did the same one. I booked it in Viator. It was awesome.
Same. Yeah. It was actually interesting because we had the booking on Viator, but when we got there, they didn't have our names on the thing. And so we actually had to show them the receipt, and they just kind of like made it work, which was good. So it could have been really bad, but
yeah, that's where I had foie gras, and it was not for me. All the rest of the food was great, but
yeah,
foie gras, it wasn't for me.
It's a weird texture. It definitely is.
And the aftertaste.
Mm-hmm. The fattiness and all that. Yeah, it's
the hardest thing for me in France with food is that I'm just used to like, portions that will actually fill you. I mean, I'm from the South. I mean, you order scallops and you get 1 or 2 scallops and 3 asparagus spears,
Oh yeah.
60 euros. It's like that's the thing about.
And then they smear a little something at the corner of the plate.
Yeah. So I mean, I ate more McDonald's in France just to supplement my meals than I probably had.
Nice. You might like this, Chad. My wife and I, the first time we went to Paris, we actually went to Montmartre. There was a make your own croissant class in like a little cooking school there. And that was honestly the best one I've ever had in my life. That was
really,
yeah, It was quite the experience.
Because my wife wants to go back. She definitely
yeah.
wants to go back because she looks at pictures. Oh, and I look like this, and I want to go back. And now that yada yada yada. But she definitely wants to go back. Her big thing was the Louis Vuitton's flagship store.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did she get the passport stamp or whatever?
In the store, I wasn't aware of that. But I know she would have happily let us starve to death as long as she got to go to that store. We stood in the rain, but they brought us umbrellas.
Did y'all do Disney Paris while you were there?
No.
I did.
Was it low? Just no crowds when you were there? It was no crowds.
It was very low crowds. Yeah, like it was pretty much walk on nearly every ride, except for the Indiana Jones one and the Finding Nemo one had just opened when we went, and so everything else was pretty much walk on.
That's how it was for us. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. I really would want to stay at that one hotel that's like over the entrance, but it's like those prices make the Grand Floridian here in Orlando like look like a day's in. Like it's so expensive. I think the base room was like $1,500 or $1,600 or something like that. It was crazy. Yeah.
There's a lot of free shuttle buses from all the hotels around there, though, and they're like 5 minutes away, so it's pretty easy to.
We just took the train in, which was really easy too.
You talking about the RER?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I love about Paris. Their metro system is extremely, extremely efficient. The furthest we went out of the city is when we went to Versailles, which was like, it was insane. But I love the RER. When we first got in, we didn't do any Ubers except to get to the dinner date, so we weren't late. But we took the train from Charles de Gaulle right to our hotel because we were right off of one of the main train stations. So we just braved it. And I mean, I'm used to New York Transit Authority, which is redonkulously confusing, but people make it work. So the fact that Paris only has 12 train lines and a couple of rest trains, it was love. It was awesome.
Yeah. And they changed their ticket system too. So if you just buy a base ticket, it actually works for the RER now, at least to Disney. Whereas you don't have to buy a separate one anymore, which is really nice.
Yeah, that used to be the case. Definitely.
Yeah, it was I watched the Frenchies on YouTube. It's
because you know he used to live in Palm Beach County.
Did he really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
okay.
I spoke with him and his wife when that's how we did our research for Paris.
Oh, that's cool.
They have the best. If you're ever going to Paris,
you
have to watch their channel. Fantastic. That's where we got a bunch of our food ideas. That's how we learned the metro before we got there. Everything they said was spot on. Les Frenchies, top tier. I've not found a single travel channel that measures up to Les Frenchies.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, and that's including the Disney food blog, I'm sure.
It's fantastic there.
Yeah. That's amazing. Well, I do have a couple of super chats I need to make sure that I mention. Brandon Ross became a channel member. Thanks so much for that. And Gentleman Explorer, $2 for the pacifier fund. That's amazing. Thanks so much. We're recycling the ones that we stole from the hospital. And I say stole, but they gave us like a little care package. So we didn't actually steal it from the hospital, but we're still working through those. But yeah, that is amazing. This is so much fun. I love talking about travel stories. Let's see. Oh, we have interesting. So Brandon Ross really enjoying the content as a newbie to the credit card game. Just $200 away from hitting the 100K Amex Gold sub. Congrats on 1 year. Wow, Brandon, you're better at the credit card game than I was when I started. So I opened mine up with through Credit Karma. Got that 60,000 point offer.
Damn.
So congrats, Brandon. You're killing it. Jonathan. For the best in online credit card content, it was a pleasure meeting you, most of you in Puerto Rico. Big hugs from Spanish Harlem, Manhattan, New York City. Yeah, it was great meeting you as well. And hopefully we'll be able to get something, together. Is everyone planning on going to the one in Charleston?
Well, I don't know if Anthony is.
I can't make it. Yeah. I'll be busy.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun. Yeah. It was great meeting Jonathan out there. Although Jonathan's a ladies' man. I don't know if you guys know this, but he was, everybody's wives every now and again. He'd just be like inching closer to them, and then they'd be starting to dance. What the heck? He's great. Jonathan's great.
That's amazing.
Man, I wish I could have made it, man. My health just took a nosedive. I was like dog sick.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, I was looking forward to meeting you. Stephen Baker, since Built 2.0 rolled out and most issuers are trying to force everyone into their ecosystem, what other cards pair well with the blue, the obsidian, and the palladium? I feel like we've all pretty much done videos about this. But what is the best one that pairs with either of these cards, do you think?
I like the Racketing card.
Yeah.
Pairing the Racketing card with the Palladium, which I have, which has been an utter points earning machine. Shout out to Built because today is Built Day.
That's right.
The accelerator with the extra point, my Built balance has just gone crazy. And if you pair the Racketing card, choose Built for your points, you can go nuts with that. That's just off the top of my head. Haven't really researched much of anything else, but like, geez, the Racketing and Built combo. If you want to earn a ton of points per redemption, it's sick.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. I wanted one. I really did want one. But they were like, yeah, you've had too many cards open in the past year. So I was
believe they couldn't get it done for you. Like, you of all people, like, I really was surprised.
Yeah, especially because they got Luke, and you know, he's not really someone who's been sitting on the sidelines when it comes to opening up new cards lately. So I was surprised to hear that. But actually, so March 1st is the availability for me to reapply for it. So we might be doing a live apply.
Well, doesn't Built pull from some random different credit bureau than all the rest?
Novus.
Yeah. It's
do they really? Okay.
Experian or TransUnion or any of those. So, you know, who knows what that looks like, you know?
Right.
Yeah, it was like such a weird process going through it because I applied on day one and I didn't know there was a whole like transition in app seamless thing. So I just applied straight up, got denied, then eventually got that email that Dan at Built whatever emailed him and was like, hey, can you just like reset my application? I input my income wrong or whatever. I forgot what I said. I think I said my mortgage was wrong. And they're like, yeah, we reset it. And then it allowed me to do the transition in app. And then I was able to then. But it was like, what a convoluted thing to do.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Did you really just apply?
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. So I did a verification needed. So who knows? We'll see. It's not a no. So
yeah, maybe you'll have to do that.
Well,
you know.
For me, the Palladium cards changed everything because it's like now 3x points are relevant on every.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 3x categories are irrelevant. The only relevant things now are 4x and 5x categories on spending.
Right.
So my setup's just straight city, and no, I'm going to get other cards for sign-up bonuses, but for spending, it's just straight city for getting 5x categories, and then Palladium for everything else because I can't beat it with anything else.
Right.
So, like, I mean, there's not unless I could get the Attune card, and Wells Fargo hates me, so that's not going to happen. But that one has some weird 4x cards, 4x categories, but there's hardly anything else that does. So it just made every other card to keep as a long-term spender just irrelevant. So
no, 100%. Yeah, I agree. And I think honestly, like the more I think about it like that, the ability to do the points boost is kind of like S tier because you can do the rent to mortgage, which means that 2x becomes a 3x up to a certain amount. And then with that, it becomes a 4x on everything. And that just.
And then rent day, just get an extra 12,000 points a year. I mean, it's a rent day. It's just like, there are so many S tier things that it's just like, but yet there's so much hate. It's just, it just blows my mind how so many people hate it. And it's, I know it's my saying, I always say is it's like it's being run by a bunch of 8th graders. Oh, let's do this. No, let's do this. Let's do that. I get it. But the math though, wow. It just, the math is just unbelievable.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. So I assume that you've already cashed your check from Built then?
No, I have never gotten a referral bonus. I looked at it.
That's true.
Never.
City won't do it.
Never. I put them on my little thing down below, and you know everybody's like referral bonus. I never got one ever. So you know, if anybody wants to go on my channel and give me one, I'd appreciate it. But I'll never. I don't know if I'll ever get one. So that ain't my motivation. So I just like it.
Yeah, you need to start talking about that platinum card. You know?
Unfortunately, when you're a city guy, referrals are never part of your plan.
That's true. That is true. Which is actually interesting. There was one creator that just started announcing that he wasn't posting his referral link starting in January. I forgot it was.
CJ, is that his name?
Oh,
The
our
African
Ricker
guy.
Dev. Our
Oh
scared
yeah,
That's right.
that's right. Yeah, yeah. So that's interesting. I wonder, how he's doing, but he's definitely been owning that build space. I feel like.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
looking for direct support. I do believe he has a Patreon, if I recall correctly. So he's more so courting direct support as opposed to pushing it through referrals. Like
Gotcha.
I'm pretty bad with referrals too, because when I started, I was using Amex referrals that expire from time to
Yeah.
time. So like
Yeah.
most of the referrals that are even on my page, even after I was told by a subscriber, like, you need to put your referrals out there, I tried and I just can't keep up with them. So like,
Right.
yeah, I've gotten a few here and there, and thank you to anyone who has ever used my referral, but yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm not very great at it.
Does anybody even have like Amex referrals left? Like they've taken away so many of them. You still have I have a Blue Business Plus referral, but my Hilton's, my Delta, my Plaid, and no referrals for like years.
It's only business cards for me. So my
Oh.
two personal Hiltons don't have any, which is sad because I love talking about my Hilton cards. But yeah, no, the business platinum ones, my Blue Business Plus, the business Hilton cards before I did that, and then my business Deltas. But yeah, for some reason, like they did take it away briefly after I maxed out every single one last year. So it ended up being like, I think 400,000 MR.
Damn.
But yeah, but then they took it away and then they brought it back in January. So
Yeah, Philip, you're a beast with that. Yeah,
I just got really lucky with that one video that I did last summer that had like 30,000 views was about the Amex Platinum card, and I just got really lucky.
Yeah.
All right, so I did want to say too, so we did have another super chat from St. Patrick's Day. Thanks for the Paris info. Hope to put it to use. So I figure that in order to give our audience the best amount of information, I figure we should probably tap into all of the collective travel experience that we have here, if that's possible. What was your favorite destination and why that you've done? And let's kick it to Chad first.
I'm
It's hard to throw you on the spot.
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
He's been to too many places. That's the
He
Rolodex
has, yeah.
is insane.
I don't know. I got a top 3 I can tell you, and that's
Okay.
Rome, Dubai, and it's a tie between Cairo and Doha, Qatar.
Ooh. Okay. All right. I've been trying to get my wife to get excited about going to either the Middle East or Africa because I'd really like to go to really any of those places. And, she's not so into it. So I may have to do a solo trip, but I think there's one hotel that like either a Marriott or a Hilton that actually has a view of the pyramids. And I was thinking about wanting to do that one.
That's the Manor House.
Oh yeah. Okay. Is that good?
It is fantastic. The downside to Dubai is not Dubai. Cairo, when you fly into the Cairo airport, it's getting to the Giza Plateau. The two are not very close together. You get from, if you can fly in during the daytime, it will be best for sightseeing. You can see the breadth and actual width of the Nile, which is deceptively huge. There's Saladin's Palace, which overlooks Cairo, which is beautiful.
Ooh, that's cool.
And it takes you a while to get to Giza, and there are no traffic lights. It's like driving in the Terror Dome. So you got to get somebody experienced. Definitely set up your driver before you get there. Be prepared to tip. And then once you go through the guard gates at Giza, it is an oasis. It's an absolute oasis. The only downside to me for Cairo was the drive from the airport to the resort and back. Other than that, it was really nice. And also, if she's sheepish about the Middle East or Africa, I would highly suggest either one. Well, not right now because they're having unpleasant. But Dubai is everything New York should be.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It's a highly metropolitan area, full of expats, service oriented for such a large city and a city with so much money. Very service oriented, and it's tame and it gives you places to party, and everything is in its appropriate place. For anyone who is scared to go to the Middle East or Africa, I would highly suggest Dubai first, because you'll feel way more comfortable than you think you would.
Okay, that's good to know.
My,
That's really good to know.
I think I preferred Abu Dhabi to Dubai, just myself, just because
I can't wait. I haven't been. I'm going in January.
Stay at the Conrad. It's the one where, in one of those Fast and Furious movies, they jump the car from one to the other.
Really? Oh, yeah.
That's built Etihad Towers. Yeah, and they put us on. It was $139 a night or something. And with diamond status, they upgraded us to a full suite on the 51st floor. It's like the cheapest Conrad on earth, just about. I mean, it's unbelievable. And they have a diamond reception every night because they're apologizing that they don't have a lounge. So this diamond reception had shrimp on it, had crab on it.
Wow.
So we got, and one of the most incredible breakfasts on earth that we've ever had, with like 9 buffet stations and an order menu for diamond members only.
Mm-hmm.
We got the breakfast and we ate that. We didn't have to buy any meals the whole time we were there.
Wow.
For $138 a night. And I got $200 back because of the resort credit on the Aspire. It's unbelievable. And then do a black lane car to there. I mean, the whole fly Etihad business, do the black lane car, stay in the Etihad Towers, Conrad. It is the time, man. It is the time.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, Phillip, the Mena House does have a lounge. They have an M lounge.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And they have restaurants on site. We had Italian one night. There's an Italian restaurant on site. There's a lot on that resort site.
Wow. Okay. That's amazing.
I would say Lisbon too. Lisbon is a very cool place to go. If anybody's ever not been there, the weather's great. The food is out of this world. I don't know. Have y'all ever been to timeout markets? You know what that is?
No.
Okay. Around the world, there's like 15 of them in different cities. They have a few in the U.S., like in Boston, I think. I don't know, a few cities. But it's a food court of gourmet restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be like 5 Michelin star restaurants that have a food court. So you go to and you order at the counter, and then you eat it like in this general. Unbelievable. And we've had one in Lisbon. There's one in Dubai. It's right on the back side of the big mall, right at the base of the Burj Khalifa. They're incredible. So
yeah.
In Lisbon.
Okay. Yeah, I know where the timeout market is.
Yeah,
now that you said it, it hit me.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a lot of them too. That's crazy. Oh, I'm going to be in Edinburgh. We'll have to go check that out. That's awesome. All right, Anthony, what about you? What's your favorite travel story, or favorite travel destination, I guess?
Oh, actually, well, I just looked it up as well. I think I actually went to the timeout market in Boston, oddly enough.
Oh, did you? All right.
I didn't know it was like a name for it, but I think I might have actually, I think we may have ventured in there one of those days. Huh. Pretty interesting. As far as best destinations, the first thing that always comes to mind is Greece, honestly. I say it a lot, but Greece was just so amazing. Going to Athens and going to the islands and stuff. There was everything I ever would have hoped for, especially on the first ever like international trip for me. I already have a lot of nostalgia for it, and it really wasn't that long ago. But yeah, Greece was the best for sure. Yeah. Otherwise, actually, Puerto Rico was fairly nice.
Puerto Rico was nice.
A lot of it is just like not even necessarily the area. It's just like, I don't know, the sentimental value I have for the particular area in a lot of ways. So I'm a little bit skewed, but yeah, Puerto Rico was just really nice, with everybody.
Yeah, Puerto Rico was a really fun trip, and I loved the excursion that we did into Old Town. Like that was really cool. But yeah. I wanted to touch off of what you said, Bop. I'm sorry, Mr. Rewards Master. And,
Mr. Bop is fine.
Mr. Bop, there we go. And honestly, the diamond status breakfast in Europe is the only thing that I have direct exposure to. Was really amazing. It was exactly like that. So we stayed at the Conrad in London, which is very difficult to book with points. We actually ended up using FHR credits both times we went. And that was incredible with diamonds. So if you have the gold status, you get the free, like the continental breakfast. So you got the croissant bar and then some oatmeal and stuff. But if you have diamond status, you get the hot bar. So the eggs and the bacon and everything. But then you get the full menu, which you can actually order a full tea service and like French toast and the whole 9 yards, which is really great. And so that was really awesome. And then also when we stayed at the Canopy in Paris, which is actually we would definitely go back again. And their breakfast was the same way. So that was incredible. But we also have another guest that's joining us now that I have to introduce us to the Hollywood Squares, and that's going to be John from John's Credit and Travel. Thanks so much for joining us.
What's up, man? How's it going?
It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. How are you?
Living the dream, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that you have the vertical color light in your background now. So, congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, still playing around with lighting and background and all that. So
yeah, that's amazing. And I can't help but see that you have like as a YouTube plaque or something. What's going on with that?
So that is a metal poster from a company called Displate.
Oh, okay, cool.
They're based in Poland, and they make posters for anything. I mean, they have anything from games to movies to whatever pop culture to you name it. They probably have a poster for it. And it's just an aluminum poster, and it's just they have a painting process and they bake it on, and they're pretty cool. I saw that and I'm like, I have to have that.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was like, I have to have that. So thanks for letting me know. I'm gonna have to copy it.
Yep, Displate, Displate.
That's amazing. Okay, all right, awesome.
And they ship from Poland, and they get here like really fast. So
that's good. That's awesome. We actually, my wife ordered something from Ukraine literally like the week before the war started, and it actually still came to us. So we were happy about that. It did take a month and a half, but it's good to hear that they come through fine. So John, before you joined in, we were going through and giving our favorite travel destinations, and just from casually viewing your channel, I think I know what your answer will be. But why don't you go ahead and share it?
Well, so internationally, I mean, my international exposure has been pretty limited so far, but it's definitely Iceland 100 hands down. And it's just a different world there. It looks like a different planet. It like everywhere you look in any direction, there's beauty everywhere.
I love that.
And it's not just the women, but it's the landscape. So, it's just a gorgeous place, and it just looks like nothing I've ever seen. And I fell in love with the place.
That's amazing. I love that.
Domestically, I would say Utah.
Oh yeah, Utah is really nice. Yeah,
I didn't say my domestic. I say Kansas City.
At John's house.
At my house.
There we go. Yeah.
The view in my backyard is pretty spectacular. So,
right. Yeah. Oh man, I love it. Well, we have yet another friend, another square to add to our list here, and this is going to be Kirby G. Thanks so much for being here.
Hey.
Hello, everyone.
What's up,
I'm
Kirby?
only taking the role of Phillip's number 2 fan. I see Anthony's taken that one already, so I'll have to be number 2. But thanks for having the whole squad here today, Phillip.
Yeah, of course. And thanks so much for being here. And I guess Phillip's number 2 fan means that you're the secretary of the fan club, right?
Assistant to the
Secretary of Defense. Got to make sure we protect the team.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So Kirby, we've kind of been going through and talking about our favorite travel destination that we've been to so far. Do you have anything you'd like to share?
So the first big points trip, the first trip I'm doing fully on points will be the July in Japan. So that will be number 1. I already know. But I think the best moment I've ever had while traveling was in Athens. We were at some random hostel that had a rooftop bar, met some dudes from South Africa, went to a karaoke bar, found out even in Greece they still sing Piano Man at the karaoke bar. And it was some Greek guy. It wasn't even some American singing piano bar.
That's amazing. I love that.
So that's something points will never get you. But probably Athens was everything I thought it would be times a million. As Anthony said, I didn't go island hopping because we were going in November, and most of the islands by then are basically shut down for the most part. But Athens was absolutely beautiful. Totally mogged Italy. Like Italy, don't need to go back again, but Greece, I definitely want to go back.
All right. So Greece is yeah.
I'll add Athens as an honorable mention because I did a weekend there about a year ago, last March, and I was in Athens at St. Thomas Square, and I got to see the changing of the guard at the Parliament. Yeah, Athens is top tier.
That's amazing.
Got to see the first ever Olympic stadium, which I didn't do this because I was too out of shape. But my buddy ran a lap in the Olympic field, and he closest I've ever seen him crying. I was like, "You're doing too much here." He's just like, "No, I'm just out of shape. I'm not emotional." I was like, "All right, whatever."
Yeah, because that platform's not that big, so. Damn.
That's amazing. All right, so we talked about our favorite travel destinations, and I definitely want to make sure that we're paying lip service to the credit card game. So what has been the point redemption that you've been the most proud of? And let's start again with I guess we could probably start with somebody else if anybody does know or has something off the top of the bat. All right, Chad's ready. All right.
The point redemption I'm most proud of was when I used Marriott points to upgrade my business class Emirates flight to first class, and got like 8 cents per point for it. So I took like a $12,000 flight for $100.
Damn, that's amazing.
Nice.
All right, there you go. That's hard to beat, I will tell you. Awesome. Anthony, what about you? What's your favorite thing that you're most proud of?
It's tough because there's so many different experiences, and there's once in a lifetime ones, and then there's ones that, like this hotel redemptions that was like multiple days that were, amazing for every day. But then there's also like flights that were absolutely insane. Like, along with Chad, of course, Emirates business class is just insane. And to experience, what technically, over $10,000 for a flight, or some other people probably paid for, being able to experience that is insanity, just absolutely insanity. So that's a good memory, and I'll always remember that. I sometimes think about just a couple 100,000 Hilton Honors points for simple just a SLH hotel in one of the islands off of Athens and in Paros. Like, that was just amazing, just sitting there and looking out at over the sea every single morning, and the free breakfast that came with just gold status was just the best breakfast you could ever possibly ask for. Like, yeah, there's so many little redemptions, even just a simple couple 100,000 Hilton Honors points I get from timeshares, that was able to make like unforgettable hotel stay in an island. It was great. Yeah,
that is incredible. Awesome. Mr. Bop, what about you?
2 honorable mentions, and then probably the best. 45K to Istanbul and Turkish business class. Pretty awesome.
Wow.
Food. Yeah, that's not available anymore. That was a few years ago. 45K, that was just transferred over. I think from City. City transfers to them, right? Isn't that who I would have done it with? I think so. And then 34K for Iberia business class back to the United States. Iberia, it's not very good, but it's not bad at all. It's pretty good. But then recently, I do last minute redemptions. I talked about that a lot because I keep a lot of hoarded points in American and in Alaska and some in United, because they change last minute and get cheaper with some of those programs.
Oh, yeah.
Minute, I got business class to Korea for 75K with Alaska points, and I got it the day before I flew. So canceled the other bookings, got that. So it was pretty good.
That's amazing. That's amazing. All right, John, what are you most proud of?
Well, I guess I have a couple of different answers. The answer for that I've actually flown so far is probably being able to do Iceland Air with JetBlue points, like 69,000 for Iceland Air business class. So there's that, because JetBlue and Iceland Air are partners. But I found for a trip coming up, going to France for my birthday is 60,000 flying blue to Paris on Air France business class.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's a solid redemption when you can find it. My wife and I, we actually saw a couple tickets on Thanksgiving Day, and we were like, do we want to just travel on Thanksgiving for this redemption?
Will
that's
family
amazing.
hate us or not?
Right. Yeah. And there's not enough seats for them to come too. So, Kirby, what about you?
Oh gosh, a lot of my points bookings that I'm like most proud of are like saving like I know that my highest cent per point of something I've actually taken so far was like 5 cents per point on a Hyatt hotel the night before we flew out. It was like 8,000 points, but the only hotel cost like stupid amounts of money because it was some big, I forget, I think it was like Lollapalooza was going on. I think that's the one in Chicago. So all the hotels near the airport were super crazy. And I was like, crap, I'm flying out tomorrow. 8,000 points. Heck yeah, I'm not paying $700 for this stupid hotel. So that was like the most like personally nice for me. I'm flying business class on points for the first time, like I said, when I go to Japan in July. So that'll like ruin it for me. I've like held off over the last year and a half not doing business class flights because I know once I do it, I'm gonna be like, I can't fly economy anymore.
Yeah,
No
it's so
going back.
hard.
No going back.
No,
So I've like there's been opportunities where I could have and I didn't because I was like, you know what, I'll save my points. Do a lot of domestic flying, so I always need Delta miles to fly to Minneapolis, and now I have all these American airline miles. I thought I was going to use to fly to Chicago. That all the value is just not as good as everyone told me American was, so I'll probably use that to fly business class somewhere instead, and just say screw it, I'll pay cash when flying domestic. So I know once July hits, I'm going to become a spoiled brat and never never be an economy guy again. But I'm going to hold out as long as possible until July, flying the normal.
You'll be even a little snobbish about premium economy after you go business.
Yeah, I'll be like,
Oh yeah.
Comfort Plus. No, I need my glass of champagne when I get on the plane. Or else I'm not getting on.
The problem with the premium is going to be they don't bring it by fast enough. They don't.
Yeah.
They're on a check and call every moment.
Yep.
Yeah, so no, I'm excited to fly Singapore business class, and then I'll be flying EVA Air back because I want to spend a couple nights in Taiwan. So I know I'm going to get spoiled, and all the service will be amazing, and then I'll get on like my Southwest flight for a hockey tournament I have booked, and they're going to be like, "You want soda? $4, please." I'll be like, "All right, whatever."
Honestly, to fix that, you should go Breeze Ascent class. Like they give you full size of whatever you want. It's amazing. I love Breeze, but yeah.
That sounds like an amazing trip, Kirby. Can't wait to hear about it, man.
Oh yeah, I'm closing in on like almost 500,000 points used. So I'll be staying at a Kimpton.
Wow.
If I can get Park Hyatt Kyoto availability, like we'll pray. Probably not. I'm getting a little discouraged these days, but we'll see. But I also have some SLH properties for backups that hopefully I can acquire the Hilton points fast enough. But I have a couple.
Well, now that Park Hyatt's going to cost you that 500,000.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, we don't need to talk about that right now. I got to book it before May, so we'll see.
5 a night.
Some properties have already started to use the new new structure.
Yeah, notice that.
Yeah, it's started going up. So I have to say, actually, so going into that Hyatt conversation, I think the one thing that I say I'm probably the most proud of was our first trip was our wedding anniversary trip. That was when we went to London, we went to Paris, and then we actually got the Air France business class to JFK. And so I thought, let's just stay in New York for one night and just kind of go all out and so I started looking at hotels, and December hotels in New York are ridiculously expensive. Like we're talking, if you want the DoubleTree in Times Square is like $800. And I was like, okay, if I'm going to be spending this much money, and we definitely were, how can I best make this situation happen? So there was a point sale at Hyatt at the time, and I haven't ever seen it go that low, but I was actually able to spend about I think it was like $850, buying the points I needed for one night, which I think was for 45,000 points for that time. And I was able to get that room. And of course, the Park Hyatt New York at that time was going for $1,500 a night. And so that was amazing, first of all. But then in addition to that, I told them that it was our anniversary trip and that's what we were celebrating. They upgraded us to like a junior suite that had like a kind of a view of Central Park. It was like between the two buildings, but like it was still really an amazing room. And so they upgraded us to that. And I don't have any status with Hyatt. They were just really amazing. And so we saved, like I spent $800 to buy those points, but I got a $2,500 room. So I was pretty happy about that.
That Park Hyatt is top tier. I stayed there with my wife a couple of nights and it was sick. Pool on the 26th floor. That place.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I actually, it was snowing while we were there, and I'm just like, I have to do this. Like, we're in the Park Hyatt in New York. There's a rooftop pool. I have to do this. So I took a picture of like the snow falling in the background past the windows, and I'm just swimming in the pool. It was amazing.
That place, it's on another level. The Park Hyatt, 'cause right down the street is the Thompson. And then there's the Essex a couple of blocks up. And if you're there during the summer or during walking time, you can actually walk down towards like if you're walking towards Hell's Kitchen or towards Madison Square Garden down that way, you'll pass the is it the Conrad? It's either a Conrad.
The Conrad's way down.
You'll pass a lot of nice hotels. I'm not remembering the exact one, but yeah, it's a great walk during a nice season. But yeah, in December, yeah, you're gonna pay because people are trying to go to see, spend the holidays in New York.
They want to see Rockefeller Center. They want to see the giant Christmas tree and skate, ice skate. And everybody wants
to go to the
Rockettes.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Amen.
It was. I'm glad that we went to New York during Christmas time. But I definitely don't know if I would be doing it again. Just the crowds were kind of insane, and it was very, very cold. But it was actually much colder than it was in London and Paris. It was kind of surprised me. But yeah, awesome. Okay, so let's talk about the H word, Hyatt. Is anything changing for us now that Hyatt has completely nuked literally everything that makes them wonderful?
I mean, I guess I'll go first. I mean, as somebody that's never stayed at one, I mean, it doesn't really affect me.
There you go.
I've always tried to be like completely like agnostic in my comments, because if I've never had a experience with something, I just don't really comment on it. But like on paper, as an outsider, and I actually do plan on staying at a Hyatt just for the experience. I want to see what it's like. But as an outsider, I guess, and looking at it on paper, it sucks. The changes suck. So
yeah. Yeah. I've only stayed at a couple Hyatts, and one of them was the Hyatt Place in South Carolina. And I told Spencer, please, dear God, if you ever go to South Carolina, don't stay at that Hyatt. So he told me he wasn't going to, which is good. But they gave me Eggos for breakfast. So I have standards, but
it's just tough with Hyatt. It's just like, I was saying this the other day, like we were so, even though Hilton has had, a million little devaluations over the last year, it's still just so incredibly like we were so accustomed for many, many years. Like I remember back in like 2020 getting a Hilton no annual fee Hilton card for 150,000 points for like 1K spend or whatever it was, 2K spend, I forget. Like we were just so accustomed to just large amount of points that you can possibly earn with Hilton. But with like Hyatt, I mean, for the longest time it was just Chase, and then they've nerfed all the little abilities to be able to like I don't know, like the ink train slowing down a bit unless you do some special things, or routing referrals, or lifetime language, adding all these different things. So it's like not as easy to amass a large sum of points to send to Hyatt as we once were just a couple of years ago. Obviously we have built now, so that's a possibility, and if you're really killing Rakuten, that's the only other way. But otherwise, it's like Hilton, man. Without even trying, I'm able to build up probably like another 500,000 this year if I really wanted to. Just go after a couple no lifetime languages, a couple timeshares, and that could do some decent damage. Not an insane amount, but decent. But with Hyatt, it's like, how do I replenish once I run out? And maybe I'm not going crazy with Rakuten. It's definitely tough, I would say. Now.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely tough. Let's see. Does anybody else have any Hyatt stories that they want to share or kind of reactions?
It's irrelevant to me except as information, for the channel and to share with people because I I don't use hotel points because I've never wanted to get that low of a point redemption for any of my points. So it's like I just pay for them, and I have so many. I mean, I did one of my lives recently about when you have $4,800 in hotel credits on your cards, who has the room in your schedule to use points for stays? I mean, you got to get back. I got to get back $4,800 in hotel credits on my card. So, I think a lot more people have that problem than we realize sometimes because when you got a lot of cards, they
Yeah.
have a lot of hotel credits.
I get annoyed having to use my $600 in hotel credits between my Delta Reserve and now the Bilt card. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to find 2 hotels that I'm paying in cash. I don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I think I'm an off-peak traveler, so I travel in like November a lot. It's like I'm always traveling November. I'm just hoping that I don't get like cucked too hard by these changes. Plus, like I'm staying at like Cat 1 through 3s when I'm using Hyatt. So I want the highest quantity possible. And the Hilton points are for the nice hotels for the most part. I think when I want to go to
if you're a Cat 1 through 3, the changes aren't going to hurt you that bad because they're not horrible at that level. It's when you when you get up to the category 6s, 7s, and 8s is when it's just seems to be horrible. So
that's why I need to get this Park Hyatt Kyoto booking done before May, and then I'll be completely fine, and I'll stop bitching about it.
Yeah, because that's going to be day one, 75K. Like, I don't think it's ever going to be less than 75K.
Yeah, do you use Hyatts a lot?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, for work travel, yeah, but I mean, I've never really. I get the allure of Hyatt's booking calendar, but for the places that I've gone to, the best places for me to stay has either been Marriott or Hilton, and I already had a ton of points. Plus, my wife has points, so that wasn't. And I normally make my bookings in conjunction with hotel nights from credit cards, and a lot of them book 4, get 5, which bump up the value of my points for redemptions. But for me, it doesn't really change much. I don't stay at Hyatt's enough for it to change much. And I'm already used to taking the flogging that I get from Marriott and Hilton with their reward structures. So it's just more of the same.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually have found like for at least the small value hotels, like Marriott's have been a little bit better than Hilton's. Because even if you're like, let's assume that you're taking the cent per point hit, transferring to a Marriott, like you can do an AC Marriott in Atlanta. The one in Perimeter Center is like $20,000 a night or $18,000 a night sometimes. And if you want to stay at the DoubleTree there or something like that, it's like 35,000 points, which is like, or I think he got up as much as 40,000 points. It's like it's almost like a wash. Like it's not like Hilton, even at 1 to 2, doesn't have as much value as they used to, just because of the way the points are going. So yeah, no, you're right. You're taking a flogging with either of those 2 programs.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we talked about that, and I guess we got to return to Bilt again, just because it's always going to be there. But today is rent day, and with that comes a pretty intense decision that I feel like a lot of us might actually have some opinions about. So if we're someone who say maybe we don't even know what we can do with Japan Airlines, or if we're someone who doesn't have anything planned that we can use it, should we think about doing kind of a preemptive transfer at this time? And anybody can join in.
I don't do that. I don't transfer unless I've got something planned and know what I'm doing. So I'm not the right person to ask about speculative transfer. I just don't do it.
Oh yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
So
I do. Yeah.
I would do it in a heartbeat if I had already hit my sign up bonus, but I just did the spend yesterday to hit the sign up bonus for the Palladium. So I don't have enough points with it. If I did, I'd be doing it and buying up to get even more, because I will hoard points over there. I know they expire in 3 years, but man, Japan Airlines points are valuable. I would move them all if I had enough to justify it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've done speculative transfers to Virgin and to Alaska. So before the MR to Alaska kind of dried up, I put 250,000 over there, and just without any plans, and it's been really incredible. I'm almost tapped out of that. But I've done that, and then I've done a couple for Virgin when they had the 40% thing. Like I think when they did the 40% with Capital One, I just cleared out all my Capital One points, and I was just like, forget it.
Well,
So yeah, so I've done it. I don't know if I would do it because I have almost 90,000 built points right now, and I just like I only qualify for the 25% bonus right now. But I'm thinking about it. I don't know.
everybody says you should never make speculative transfers, and I get why. But here's the thing: they also talk about how points devalue. But a speculative transfer, when you're getting a 40% bonus over to, say, Virgin that don't expire, I mean, you realize
That's
that
true.
that's a whole lot of devaluations, a lot of devaluations. See what I mean? So that's one thing that I think is often not discussed is that the transfer bonus offsets those devaluations and most likely is more than they will devalue between now and when you're going to use them if you travel a lot. So I know that's an unpopular opinion, but that's just how I often do it.
No, I totally agree. I am all for speculative transfers if you have the experience and you know that you will travel. If you are just chasing a deal to get an extra 40% because you can say that you did, but you know you're never going to fly Alaska, American, or any one world carrier because you're so far into the United or Delta camp, then it was a waste regardless of what the transfer bonus was. I'm a big believer in the fact that inflation never turns off. I love taking advantage of transfer bonuses. So I am all for speculative transfer. I would never suggest it for a beginner in the game or anyone who does not have, if you don't have a concrete plan to travel anywhere, period, within the next 365 days, okay, yeah, you need to hold off. You definitely need to hold off. But
And it's kind of like people who, in your mutual fund holdings, right? A person should have things that are secure, and then they should have things that are a little more risky, and then they should have things that are speculative, right?
yeah.
If your total portfolio is not large of points, then you probably shouldn't do those to a program. You see what I mean? It's about you when you travel, but it also seems to be about how much do you have total? And if you have plenty in the other programs, you're kind of flush with points, then, well, why wouldn't you take this a little bit more risky to get a much higher return? So that's kind of, maybe that's a weird way of seeing it, but that's kind of how I've always seen it.
Yeah. Anthony, what about you? Have you ever done a speculative transfer?
I did many years ago by accident. I made a big mistake. Actually, Chad was somebody who was trying to dissuade me from doing it, but it was much, it was a bit ago. It was maybe close to, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, back when Amex was like shutting down accounts, doing questionable things. And I started getting nervous because I was doing a lot of crazy stuff, I guess, which really wasn't in hindsight. And I ended up transferring like 150K to Air France because I thought it was going to be good value. And I guess 2 things I learned from that is, well, one, as Chad said, you have to be experienced if you do any transfers whatsoever, because I had no idea what Air France could do. I had no idea how to even find possible redemptions with Air France at that time. So those points largely went, I would say actually about 100 plus of that ended up being expiring useless eventually. I had some economy flights that I had booked, and I was like, then I got to the point where I eventually did use them because I like rolled them for so many years because they last for 24 months. And then I was like, I don't want to fly home from Italy in economy. I'm just going to cancel this and then book Lufthansa business in its place. But, I had booked them prior to when they would have expired anyway. So as soon as you cancel the flight, the points expire as well immediately. So so since then I've I think the main thing, like Chad mentioned, is just be experienced. Like if you have a lot of experience looking at flights and understanding partners and understanding alliances and seeing where you could move and shake certain things, then you can, yeah, you can play that game. And like Kerry said, just like, having a large sum of abundance of points in so many different ecosystems that, this is just going to be icing on the cake. Like that's huge. Like I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, if I wanted to, I can theoretically transfer 70K Capital One to JL under the almost 1-to-1 bonus. I could also take my 240K Marriott and convert that to 80K JL as well, and I could take this build bonus. And like, so when you have just an abundance of points, you can eventually like make things work. I'm not personally transferring to JL just because I think what I have with American Airlines will be enough to book whatever I need, and that's what I got them for anyway. So I'm like, I'm just gonna hold off, and I only have 10K built anyway, so it's not even like I can really do anything special. But
let me add to that.
You're very smart for rebooking that flight, Anthony, because I flew from Athens to JFK. I got upgraded to Comfort Plus, and I felt like the coolest kid ever. But I went from a window seat in main cabin. And this was a 242 configuration to the middle of bulkhead in Comfort Plus. And the guy sitting next to me was extremely large. And it was like, I was like, can I have my main cabin seat back? Because there was like no one on the flight. So I would have had that seat next to me empty. So yeah, no, that was smart.
The good thing though is that for people at home who may think they have enough points to do this, just learning from Anthony's story, every 6 months I go through and all those type of programs, Air France, Avianca, every 6 months I move 1,000 points to each of them. And I do that because it resets your points. It resets your expiration date. And that way I don't ever have to worry about when are my points expiring, because every 6 months I move 1,000 points. And that, and that doesn't work with JAL, and it won't work with some of them, but with Air France, British Airways, Avianca, all those it does.
Yeah. What do you think about JL for those of you who actually have like used the website and everything like that? Because I've just recently looked into it, like them direct, and I don't know. It seems like some of the things that I thought in my head, years ago, like 55K, business class are pretty rare to find. Most of the time, it's 110K, and even then, can be a little bit sparse to find. What are you guys seeing out there for them?
I saw some 80s. But you got to reposition. You're not going to probably get it from your airport you want it from. But
I can see that.
I haven't looked. I want first class from JFK to Tokyo, and that's just what I have my sights set on. So I just prowl seats.aero. At this point, whatever it is, just shut up and take my money. I gotta try that first class.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What does it run? What's the typical price on that, John?
From what I've seen, it's like 175. As a matter of fact, let me pull it up so I don't tell a lie. Because I've been looking and trying to put some things together. Give me 1 second. I will have that for you.
Are we talking the A350, Chad?
Oh yes, absolutely. I need the new one. I need the new. I need that red leather, the speakers.
You're gonna go all out. You just will get the best.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If you're going that far, you might as well do it all.
Yeah, I can't find it here, but I remember seeing like 175,000 points. And I think it was it AA points? I have to remember what points it was, or either that or Qantas, because they have some first class availability here now. See if I can find a comparable flight. Sorry.
All I know is I have I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, John.
I'm just going to say, I know I have a JAL account, and that's about as far as I've gotten. So, but I do. But Japan next year is on the list, so I'm sure I'll start utilizing it.
Since we're talking about redemptions, while Chad's looking it up, I'll ask y'all for advice. I'm trying to find something good to Hong Kong, and I'm having a terrible time finding a reasonable price business class seats, 2 of them to Hong Kong in the fall.
From where?
From anywhere in the U.S. I'll go from anywhere in the U.S. But I mean, they're all, because Cathay is the main one there, and I'm just not finding anything with Cathay. And then American, my default is I always go back to American, and I'll get me a decent flight with them. They don't fly to Hong Kong. I had no idea. American Airlines, the largest airlines in the world, does not fly to Hong Kong, apparently. So it's like, then, well, I could go Delta and then, sell one of my grandkids to be able to afford the ticket, kind of thing. Or I could, United, they don't have good prices. So I'm having a terrible time. Anybody got any advice?
You looking for business class?
Yes.
And what dates?
In October, we could pretty much go anytime middle to the end of October.
All I know is I have not looked at Hong Kong at all yet, so I am not the person to ask.
Speaking of American not flying there, the fact no American airline or any airline flies direct from continental U.S. to Bangkok, absolutely ridiculous. That was supposed to be my Japan trip, and I realized this is too much work. I found Japan business class on Singapore. All right, we're going.
I found Air India. I'm not flying Air India, but Air India does have business class availability. First and second week of October 2026, 87,500 points plus 78.70 Canadian for their
with Aeroplan.
Yeah, with Aeroplan.
Yeah, I think I saw that, and it was like I haven't had any good reports on Air India.
Me neither. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't fly it. I'm just saying.
I got excited about Air India when they were a transfer partner of Mesa because you can do really good United bookings. I think it was like 5,000 points for domestic United. But then, Mesa. So, but for a little bit, I was very excited about Air India's program.
You can do that on Rove now.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
All right. I found one for you here. Oh, ugh. Well, I mean, it is what it is.
Is it like 4 connections?
No, I got Air Ethiopia, Ethiopian Air.
Now, I've heard they're not that bad, though. I've heard.
Yeah, Ethiopian Air, business class. But the problem is the time. It's just you're going to be flying forever. But it's 110,000 points plus $8.
Yeah. I bet it's like 39 hours of flight.
Yeah, it's like 29 hours. Newark to Addis Ababa, then to Hong Kong. It's gonna be a lot.
That's the stuff I was seeing too. That's the thing. It was if you want to
Air
get
Canada's good about that.
And on Cathay, there's nothing good. I mean, I can't find anything. So oh well.
And then
you might have to live in economy class for one flight. But maybe the hotel will make up for it
if you have United points. United does have a flight from San Francisco direct in premium economy to Hong Kong.
Oh.
That's almost becoming too long for premium economy for me, though.
October 14th, 2026, 97,000 points per seat plus $5.60. Premium economy and United. You got a reputable airline. You got a direct flight.
Okay.
But I mean, now I kind of feel like I'm challenged, so I'm going to be looking at
just like my own travel advisor. This is an awesome thing to do.
All right, everybody that you're watching, first of all, hit like and then subscribe if you haven't. But then also put in your comments anything that you want Chad to find for you, and we'll do Chad's travel agency service.
Hey, I don't call Chad the Bloodhound for nothing. So,
you find me something good, Chad, I'll buy you dinner at the Creator Meetup. How's that?
I will say I was looking recently for a trip out to Santiago, Chile, in next January, and it was a good puzzle. I liked it. I ended up actually finding a little bit better option than Luke, but who's counting?
Oh crap! Put it in the comments. And for everyone still watching, we got to make sure we subscribe to all 6 channels here.
Exactly. Yes. Make sure to subscribe twice to Kirby's. Yeah. How close are you to 500, Kirby?
I need 38, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw you were pretty close, Kirby.
I know the built gave me 100 subscribers just on its own, so I need a few more to get there. Then I can start.
That's a good bump for one video.
Well, not for one video. I made like 8 built videos, but
Okay, yeah.
That's half of what most people did.
Honestly,
You just got
you're
to
right
keep
on that one.
milking until the no more milk comes out.
Yeah.
This is
I was
crazy.
going to say
what?
something, but never mind.
Yeah.
I was going to say something, but never mind.
Still
Keep it family friendly.
We're now doing Points with Phillip after dark.
Answer
Oh,
Issa's
goodness.
question. I would wonder how soon are you planning on buying a house?
Yeah. I figured Anthony, the real estate agent, has an opinion, but can I apply for business credit cards before pre-approval process for a house? I think the only thing would be whether or not it did a pool, right? I think that would be the only problem, right?
Yeah.
Or if unless it was Capital One, in which case, absolutely not.
Yeah, like, I got like a couple ink cards just before we bought this house. And I mean, honestly, the worst that really happens, unless you're doing like an astronomical, like 10 plus business cards, really what I found is nothing.
But nobody
really
here would do that.
No, nothing really actually messes it up. Like, all that really happens is if the underwriter has an issue, is they just ask for a letter of explanation why you applied for this amount of credit. And so you can write out a thing, or you just tell your lender and they'll hand it to the underwriters. But I've yet to have someone actually say that it blocked them from actually buying the house. Like, every single time they just said, oh yeah, I get the credit cards for, the bonuses, and they just, they're straight up with it. And not once had a data point if someone said like, oh, it actually affected anything. In principle, though, I would still like not like, I don't know, a couple months out at least, and then definitely nothing during the process. Buying the home, don't do anything whatsoever until you close. But yeah, that's usually the worst that happens. Letter of explanation, and then you're fine.
Buying a house has actually got the less requirement for credit than credit cards do by far. But the thing is that it's
That's
your
true.
debt to income ratio that they're really, so that's where people get messed up. If you don't have a debt to income ratio correct, your credit score can be lower, but if it won't matter if you have an 840 credit score and you're over a 39% debt to income ratio. That's going to be the issue. So that's the biggest concern when it comes to buying a house, in my experience, buying several houses through the years. So
yeah, if you got the money, you got the good debt to income, I mean, you're pretty much fine.
yeah.
Instead of buying a house, I like to throw my money on red, and then hopefully I can buy a bigger house.
That's right. You did go to Las Vegas recently. How did that go?
It was a battle, man. It was an absolute war. I told myself my budget would be $500. I lost that the first day, so I did a little ATM repop. My buddy lost like $900 the first day. It took $300 from the ATM, brought that up to like $1,200 day 2. Day 3, I lost it all. Then my buddy paid me back the money he owed me because he only has a small credit union bank account, so I was the one pulling money for him. Jeez. And then I don't know, there was so much money being handed between the two of us. Fell in love with the free bet blackjack dealer, absolutely gorgeous. Miranda, I miss you. Then I ended up, after all the winnings and losses, I ended up $100. So that was a complete win.
Miranda, if you're in here, put something in the comments.
Yeah.
New house fun. Oh my god.
Oh, no, we're playing free bet blackjack, and if you know anything about free bet blackjack, there's a side bet for every call it pot of gold. So every time you get a free bet, because you get free splits and free double downs, you get a higher rate. And I was down heaps, but then I had I split 4 7s and I doubled one down, so I won 30-1 on my bet. So I basically won all my losses back on that one bet. Went absolutely ballistic. Screaming happiness, and everyone at the Venetian looked at me like I was crazy, but it was like a 9-hour grind to get back to even, and we left the winner. So
there
you
go.
could have just made one built video in 20 minutes and you would have made it.
Sadly I'm not monetized yet, so I can't do that yet, but we'll get there one day.
Phillip, I think you need to change the name of this live to Miranda, I miss you. That'd be great.
I have a reason to go back now.
There we go.
But how was that
when were you
timeshare
in
though?
Vegas?
I was in Vegas. Valentine's Day weekend. I had a buddy fly in. Last minute, found a cheap flight into San Diego. Drove down to pick him up. We drove to Vegas.
So it was a bro date.
Yeah,
it sounds
it was
like
supposed to be a date, but
I think I was there the weekend. I was literally there the weekend before Valentine's Day. I was just wondering if he was there when I was there.
Kirby's back.
Kirby's back.
Or
sorry, I was cutting in and out, but yeah, no, it was.
Kirby's got to pay his internet bill.
In the plot, so and we lost all our money at Treasure Island. So stay away from Treasure Island.
Dang.
There we go. All right. So Source King actually did some research as well, saying early January 27, you can find ORD to HKG direct business class on Cathay, 143,000 Qantas points, longest flight you can take, leaving Chicago 15 hours 55 minutes. Wow, that's a long flight.
And 143. That's still.
That's up there.
That's up there.
And presumably you'd want to return too.
Yeah, we're coming back out of Taipei on Starlux. So.
Oh, okay. Nice. Oh, well, he dropped. All right. James actually has an interesting question or a statement. Don't ever buy a house on a loan. Pay it all at once.
Is that James or is that Dave Ramsey?
Yeah, that's an awesome.
Yeah,
Right.
pay it off and in full. No
Exactly.
credit. Pay it all off and in full.
Well, I think Dave's 15 year, right?
Well, he is now. That's because he
Yeah.
used to be. Back in the day, Dave Ramsey was like, don't have debt at all,
Oh, yeah.
even a house.
It's an I love debt
Yeah,
score. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Oh, Kirby's back. All right. Let's see. There he is.
Speaking of that, I paid off all of my student loans that were at like 3% interest, and I'm just like, should I have done that? It's like 32 grand I paid off. I was so happy, but at the same time, I was like, man, it's only a 3% interest rate for some of those loans. Might not have been worth it.
Wow.
All I can say is Miranda could have helped you spend that money.
That's true. That is true. I will say,
Oh, goodness.
before I got cut off, Anthony did ask how my timeshare went, and it is hilarious how they match you up with people who they think are like you. Like, I had the most bro dude from Miami ever, which doesn't fit me at all. But you look over next, there's an Asian couple, and their timeshare person is an old Asian gentleman. Then you look at it's like a 25-year-old girl, and it's like a 30-year-old girl in a super fancy dress selling her timeshare. But it's like, whether it's like age, race, demographics, they just know you, and they just match with a person who they think are gonna sell it to you. And the guy was like, it was insane to actually see.
Yeah. I actually haven't been on one of those in a while, but I did actually used to work at I was the activities director at Westgate over here in Orlando, and we got to see kind of how they did all the things. And timeshares are fun businesses.
I would have said, well, if you had matched me up with the hot girl over there, I was going to buy on the spot, but you didn't. So sorry,
Yeah.
I'm out.
The guy
That's
told
amazing.
me that he's like, how I paid off my timeshare was I booked a hotel the night of the Vegas Grand Prix, and then I sold it on Facebook Marketplace and made like $7 grand. I was like, are you allowed to do that? And he's like, no, but we're both gamers, so we understand we got to hustle. I was
they
like,
really messed
bro,
us up
you
with it.
worked for them. Why would you say that? But
Yeah. It is amazing how much that kind of stuff happens. Like when we went to New York, my wife was like really wanting to make the Polo Bar happen. And so I called the concierge of the Park Hyatt, and they were like, they tried. They got in the door kind of, but still weren't able to make it happen. But what they did said I could go to the website to buy the reservation, and I could have purchased it for $450, which I decided against doing. But it's crazy.
But Russian tea room, is that?
What was that? Sorry.
I said you guys are straight from the Russian tea room. I mean,
Yeah, we did brunch
girlfriend,
there.
Did she want to experience that one? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did brunch there the morning after, but she wanted to do the Polo Bar the night before, and it just wasn't possible, sadly. But yeah,
Understandable.
yeah. So, good thing Miranda wasn't selling timeshares.
I would have been hooked if Miranda
Kirby to have one for sure.
Oh,
Right.
I would have came back and I would have made the idea about why buying a Hilton timeshare was the greatest investment of all time. Talking about all the benefits of it. They really make the math like make sense, which is like, I know this doesn't make sense, but the way you're explaining it, it does make sense. I know it doesn't, but the way you make it sound, you make it sound good.
Well, when you talk to someone who has a timeshare, it's either the worst thing in the world or the best investment they've ever made. And it's really interesting to hear like people talk about, oh, I get to prepay for every single vacation and all this stuff. And it's like, I wouldn't do it myself. And,
Yeah,
and
it's-
Wells
I'm
is very
sure it's
upset about it
nice
too.
If your parents passed it down to you, paid off, then it's probably working great for you.
Yeah, because at that
But
point, all you're doing
even
is the
then,
annual fees, right?
Yeah.
I know two
and
people
then
with
depending on what kind of
timeshares.
level they got.
Yeah, I know two people with timeshares, and one says they love theirs, and the other one says they despise ever walking into the place in the first place.
Yeah.
Well, my parents had a Wyndham timeshare, and we went to the Wilderness Resort in Wisconsin Dells like 6 times a year, and it was great. And then basically, my parents bought it from like a third party who bought it from. Then like Wyndham bought them out, and on the way out, this company was. I don't know the details because I was a child, but basically they upsold everyone, and when the transition over to Wyndham happened officially, like everyone's like fees went up like 7-8x, and it was
wow.
it was a big class action lawsuit, and I don't know all the details because I was like 11. My parents were like talking with a lawyer, and they basically explained to me like, hey, you can get your money back maybe in like 4 to 5 years, or you can just declare bankruptcy and get out of it now. So that's what they did. So like, well, we have 2 paid off cars and a house. We're not going to buy another one. So they're like, screw it. Which basically meant my parents got denied for the Barclays AA Aviator Red Card because their mortgage was through Barclays at the time. But but they were just, we'd rather just do this to get out of it. And to them, they said we never had any bad ramifications from it. It's been over 7 years, so their credit scores are like 800 now. So they were like, yeah, it was worth it. So we could get out of that timeshare because we weren't going to wait that long to get our money back.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Going to bankruptcy to do that. That's almost like the equivalent of like gnawing off your arm because you realize you went home with the wrong girl the night before and you're trying to get out of there. You're like, get me out of here now. So
Everybody
you're
can't be
gnawing your arm
Miranda.
off.
Honestly, like I feel like bankruptcy, like it's definitely like you want to avoid it, but there's some people that like have been fresh out of bankruptcy and they were approved to buy a car at my dealership just because like it's the people know that, well, they can't wipe that slate clean for another 7 years, so it probably will stick around a little bit. But yeah, no, that's definitely a big decision. All right, we got on timeshare, so that's great. Anthony is the king of the Hilton timeshare, which didn't they recently buy the Blue Green Vacations?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is interesting because you can actually book Blue Green properties through Choice currently. Which is I don't know if I don't think you can book it through Hilton yet. Which that would be wild if you could actually compare the two.
Yeah, that'd be interesting for sure. Yeah. I think the timeshares are awesome. Yeah, I got 2 of them coming up this year.
Yeah, you still got one down in Orlando, I think, some that you have to use sometime, right?
Yeah. We're still figuring out what to do with that, but now it's just like I don't know, just the easiest vacation ever. Like we love Hilton Head Island, so now every year we'll do one. I would love to bump it up to 2, but at least 1 for 5 days. And we want to travel there anyway, so it's awesome. I love it so much.
So
It's
what I'm
funny.
hearing is you actually should buy a timeshare.
If the timeshares, I think they can make sense in some cases, kind of like Herbie was mentioning, like all the numbers make sense. But the main thing that they do is they'll just ask you, oh, how much do you travel per year? You're like, oh, 7 days per year. That's all I get off. And then they say, all right, so the average hotel you go to, how much is it? Most people will say 200. They're like, that's $1,400 per year just on your hotels. And then they'd be like, okay, so what if I told you you can get, double that amount of time with the same money at our timeshare properties, but without factoring in the annual fees and all those different things, and then you know how many years you're actually paying for that. But yeah.
It's funny because my buddy has a blue-green timeshare that came with me on the trip, and he's like, "Oh, I have one of those," and I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I've had it for 2 years. I have a lawyer. I'm trying to get rid of it." And I'm like, "You're so dumb."
Damn.
And he's, of course, he's one that lost like $1,500 at the casino, and I'm like, "What a moron!"
If you've never heard of the points and miles game and you have no idea that even exists, to some people, I think the timeshares can make sense. But it'll never make sense to us as long as we're getting points for things.
Oh yeah, well, especially when you think about how much you can pay, in like for the annual fees, like the dues or whatever. It's like what 2,000 or something, maybe more. For that, you could get 4 Aspires and stay there at any Hilton. You just have to, find that award space. So, and you could just decide not to get it anymore if you don't like it.
Yeah. Although do know those Hilton quarterly credits, you're getting like the business plat and all of them, those do code for dues on your Hilton timeshare too. So
they do,
interesting little thing.
Yeah, I've heard from a couple of viewers.
They brought in the closer at the end, the guy who's like, "Oh, how'd everything go? How everything actually?" So they were like, "You can do a 1-year trial, and you'll give you this many points for this cost, and if you like it, and you buy, we'll refund you this 1 year worth of points." I was like, "Okay, what can I do with that amount of points?" It was like $1,800, and that would have given me like enough point if they. I don't know how true that was, but I had them look up the Conrad Bora Bora. And for $1,800, I could have got 4 nights at the Conrad Bora Bora doing that. I was like, "Oh, that's actually kind of a great deal." If I just test ran it for a year and then said no at the end. But I have no
and you can actually convert HGV points to Hilton points. I think it's like 1 to 25 or something like that.
Yeah, but you can look at the Hilton, like the HGV price, and it was like I could get enough for 5 nights or 4 or 5 nights. And I was like, "Oh wow, it's actually like low key a good deal for $1,800." But I was like, I'm not going to Bora Bora in the next 12 months. So I was like, no thanks. But I was like, that's a sneaky way of if they give you that offer at the end, might be worth it if that's what you're trying to do.
There we go. Chad saying, I guess Chad, is your audio not doing good? Is that
no? My audio is good. I just had to go check on my kids.
Oh, okay. All right. You said the time you need to worry about is the forever that they want to keep milking you for money. Yeah. That's bad.
As Kirby said.
I mean, it's a forever thing. That's the problem. Kind of like Nona. She's a forever thing. I got to fund her travel every year. I don't need something else.
Right. Yeah. That's exactly right. Okay. Let's try and see if we can come up with something, good that's kind of travel and credit card related. What is your favorite domestic bank lounge?
Chase Sapphire Lounge in JFK for sure, all day.
In JFK, okay.
Yep.
MX Centurion Atlanta. Just immaculate.
That's a good one.
Delta One Lounge at JFK.
Oh yeah, okay, all right.
That was an easy question.
Escape Lounge, Oakland, California.
Escape Lounge, okay.
I'm just kidding.
Escape.
Not the Escape Lounge in Oakland, California. And definitely not. Okay, what's the worst one? The worst one is the Hawaiian Airlines Lounge in Maui.
Yes.
Is it? It's worse.
Garbage.
Is that the worst lounge?
It is rated PG for pure garbage.
It has.
I always heard that the Air India one was bad.
And water, Cheez-Its and water and
ooh.
That's
all right.
Mine's a 3-way tie for the best. The Salt Lake Delta Sky Club.
Oh,
yes.
Yes. Centurion in Seattle.
That's mine.
Centurion in Seattle is just fantastic. And I actually like, and I don't know why I like it so much, the Sapphire Lounge in Boston. I have no idea why I like it so much, but I like it.
That's the one that has a speakeasy thing, right? It's like a
no. That's the JFK Centurion, which is one of my least favorite Centurions.
Yeah,
Okay.
that Sky Club in Salt Lake City is amazing.
Yeah.
It's top tier.
The worst though.
The worst,
The
yeah.
worst?
Travis says the Priority Pass Lounge in Miami is pretty dang bad.
It ain't
Yeah.
as, I've been to it. It ain't as bad as in Maui.
Yeah, Maui's just not great. Maui's not
So
great.
bad.
I never got the chance to go to it because I never had a PP until now. But the Priority Pass Lounge in Cleveland, I hear it's like everyone says it's like the worst because I lived in Cleveland for a while.
Yeah.
What about
It's
the worst
bad.
business class lounge? I can tell you what it is. The one you go into when you have an Etihad flight out of Boston. I mean, all the chairs are torn. It's like they feel like one of those, like the club, but if you're flying Etihad business, you get in. It is so bad. Nona, she was scared to sit down because she might contract something. I mean, it is bad. It was bad. I mean, the seats are torn. Anybody done that? The one in Boston?
No, I haven't.
So bad.
The PP Lounge in Cleveland, it's like the only game in town. You go in and it's tucked in the once you hit the terminal, it's like, especially if you fly Delta, because that's where you're going to catch most of your Delta flights. It's tucked around a corner, and as soon as you walk in the door, the bathroom is right there. So if somebody has just knocked it out of the park, that's going to hit you. Then there's the bar. And then they tuck the food in the back near the windows. It's not that, but it's like it's all you have in Cleveland. I've been to it a few times, and I
have to.
care for it.
It's not good. But
Chad,
I
it's
also
don't like the club in Atlanta either. The one across from the F Terminal Sky Club.
Oh, yeah.
Not that great.
The
That
one in
used to be
DFW is not very good either. Have you been to that one?
that used to be the Qatar Airlines club in Atlanta.
Have you been to the one in DFW, the club, the one that's like up on level 2 in the middle there?
Right next to the Buffalo Wild Wings.
If
Yeah.
there's a Centurion, I'm not going to the club. I don't even want to see the inside of it.
No.
I don't.
I gotta say, my favorite was probably the Sapphire in Philadelphia, which Jay was definitely a fan of because he absolutely housed that breakfast. But that was good.
Yeah.
The Atlanta Centurion is good. It's probably the best one that I've been to, the Centurion clubs that I've been to. But the one in Charlotte just sucks.
God awful. It's always crowded. I've been there when it opens, when it closes, during the day. It's ugh. I actually prefer going to Admirals clubs in Charlotte over going to the Centurion. I prefer those.
Oh yeah.
It is better. It is better than the Priority Pass in Charlotte, though.
The club is the worst.
Yeah. But
Is there any good club lounges?
Yes. No. Yes. Actually, the club in SFO is actually pretty nice.
Okay.
And then also for Priority Pass, some of the best Priority Pass lounges I've been to have been in Rome. I went to Prima Vista.
Okay.
I went to there are a couple of them in Rome, and Rome has an Italy as well. That airport has an Italy. It's really nice. It's pretty nice. Priority Pass is definitely more of an international thing than domestic. Domestic, they are garbage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even Orlando, like the we have 2 club lounges, one in Terminal A, one in Terminal B. The Terminal A one is like basically a closet, and it's terrible. The Terminal B one is at least passable. You're gonna have you have soup, you have your crackers, but it's rough.
I did love the Plaza Premium Lounge in Rome, though. That was really, we've had to fly. We flew from Florence to Rome to Athens because it was much cheaper than like flying from Florence to Athens. And that breakfast there, absolute top tier. Had a little powdered sugar on my pancakes, unlimited bacon. I was a happy camper, but I'm also very easy to please. So
For a big airport in an international destination, though, Athens is kind of a lounge desert. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kirby,
there.
you had me at unlimited bacon.
At
Yeah,
Athens, the Lufthansa Business Lounge wasn't bad. It's small.
Oh,
The Lufthansa Business Lounge in Athens isn't bad. I've been to that one. But yeah, other than that, I didn't really see a ton.
There's a couple Priority Pass that are used by like lots of the airlines, but they're super crowded, and it's because they just don't have a lot of lounges.
Right. Wow, you guys have a lot of lounge experience. I need to start flying to places to go to lounges. I thought about
Filmo's comment.
Oh yeah, the club at BWI is cold soup and prepackaged cookies, and you get to clear security to get there. There you go. It's got all the 3 things you need.
Yeah, it's great when you compare it to the Maui Hawaiian Lounge. Yeah, great.
I gotta look this one up.
Now I want to go to this lounge just to see it.
You cannot imagine until you've been there how bad this lounge is.
Let me see.
I mean, Chad,
I always thought I heard the worst one was the Air India Lounge at JFK. Like I always heard that was bad. Yeah.
Well, it's just the food there is not good at all.
Here's the thing. In Maui, you get to the airport, and for those who haven't been, there's a lot of open air space, and there's a food court there. And they have like convenience stores and so on and so forth, and carts and restaurants. So now you have what would be equivalent to a flag carrier in Hawaiian Airlines. They have the run of the place. I mean, there's Southwest and Delta and so on and so forth. But Hawaiian Whole Sway is one of the oldest domestic airlines in the United States. When you go in, they have the nerve to have like an automatic door and this and that, whatever. You walk in, there's a desk, and I think it's a little smaller than the Priority Pass Lounge in Cleveland. But at least in Cleveland, you have a bar and you have hot food. There's no hot food here. There is a fountain. There might be some, like I said, there's either Cheez-Its or some other tiny lunchbox size snack that you're going to get. And
there
you
are
just
pretzels.
sit there.
Don't forget the pretzels.
Yeah, the little mixed bag. I actually prefer going to the food court in Maui than I did, because when me and my wife went in there, we kind of just sat and we just looked at each other, and we were like, "You want to go to the gate?" And she was like, "Yeah, I want to go to the gate." We bought candy. We went to the gate.
But I will say, Nona, we've been a lot of places and we love food, but her favorite food in the world, and she'd tell you this right now, is at Maui, right across the street from the airport at the food trucks.
Really?
Oh,
I didn't get to experience them.
There's a food truck place, that has like 8 of them, and there's tables in the middle. Oh my! We had a shrimp dish that is the best shrimp we've ever had in our lives anywhere,
wow.
including that specialty buttery garlic thing you have in Madrid. We've had that, including in Lisbon, including Maui food trucks. She wants to go back just for the food trucks.
That good.
Noted.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. You can take the girl out of the trailer, but y'all no.
Local news today. Local YouTuber disappears after broadcast. Wife just keeps shaking her head, saying you can take the girl out of
Man married 30 years is murdered. Yeah.
Right.
And haven't seen Reward Master make videos in like 3 months now. What happened? Now we know.
On this episode of Snapped, he was known as the Reward Master.
But he didn't master how to talk to.
Don't worry, I'll tell her I made that comment. She'll want to watch it later. So forgive me.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, Don Kim.
All right. Oh yeah. So he was asking if you were talking about the whatever you say that word food truck.
I don't remember what it was called. It was the shrimp food truck, and wow, it was unbelievable. We ate there 5 times while we were in Maui.
Damn.
From the other side of the island.
Damn.
Because no one
Yeah,
wanted
when we were there, we tried Cool Cat Cafe.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
it
Food
was
was
good.
awesome.
Yeah.
And then I tried like a food truck type place in Hilo. We had hopped islands. We went to the volcano park. It was pretty sweet.
Did you
Nice.
do Hana?
All right.
Did you do the road to Hana?
No, we were just relaxing, man. It'd been a rough year. So we were just relaxing over by the Four Seasons, and we were at Wailea. We're at the Grand Wailea. So we walked back and forth through the resorts there.
Yeah, we were at Kihi. Is that how you say it? Kihai? Somewhere like that. But we did the road to Hana. That's a scary drive. That is such a scary drive.
There's a couple hundred turns on there. The roads get this wide.
And they're one lane. I don't mean one lane on each side.
Yep.
One lane. So you got to wait for this guy to come, and then you got But the black sand beach and the red sand beach are kind of worth it a little bit. They're pretty neat.
Yeah, we went to one. We went to a black sand beach. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I want to go to
So I
one
went
of
to
those
one in
too.
Oahu, and they like checked backpacks to make sure you didn't take any sand home with you. They were like super strict against it.
Huh.
Wow.
Really?
You know how many people would have to take a grain of sand? Well, whatever. I mean, they're as prevalent as grains of sand.
Hawaii's different, man. It is. Coming from South Florida to go there, some stuff for me was like, I could have did this at home. And then other stuff was like, yeah, okay. You know what I mean? I think everybody should cross it off their list. If I had to do it over again, I probably would have stayed a couple of less days and hopped over a couple of islands, as opposed to staying the majority on Maui. But either way, we got to relax. We still got the experience. It was pretty cool.
Well, I still think the best tour I've ever done was I love the TV show Lost. All-time favorite show. If you don't understand the ending, you're just not smart. We did the Lost tour. But one of the extras from the show, he took us to all the spots where the beach was, where they filmed like the majority of the show, and he'd hold up little photos and you'd like look and like, oh my gosh, like that's like literally it's right there.
That's cool.
So, and then the van is decked out. If you ever watched Lost, as a Dharma Initiative van or whatever. So it's like looks like it's from the 80s or whatever. And you're driving around and basically the whole island. So it takes like 8-9 hours. And they show you basically every single thing they filmed in Hawaii is there. So that was probably the best tour I've ever been on in Oahu. It basically turns into a full island tour.
Did you have your most expensive meal of your life called a luau? That was the most disappointing thing in my life.
My parents paid for that. That was my graduating grad school present. So my mom paid for it.
Oh, well, have you already been to one of the luau's? You know, that's the thing to do. We've been to a couple, and it's like $180 or whatever. And some people are dancing, you know, they're doing their thing with the coconuts. And then you get to the food and it's like, this food's going to be amazing. No, I mean, you know,
we took one look at the price and said, nope.
No,
we could hear the whole thing from our room.
So I told Nona, I said, I don't think this is for us ever again. It was a one-time experience. You know, if you want this, we can buy you a grass skirt and some coconuts, and we can, you know, whatever. We ain't doing this again for $180. I mean, it was just wow.
It kind of sounds like those medieval times dinner places, the theater places.
Yeah, but twice as much money or 3 times.
Yeah.
We went to the Polynesian Cultural Center in Oahu, and it's at the top of the island where BYU Hawaii is. And if you're going to school at BYU, why wouldn't you go to BYU Hawaii over BYU Utah? So, but we didn't know until we were there. But there's no alcohol. Like it's a dry area. Like the whole north of the island, you can't find alcohol anywhere because they're all Mormons.
Is there coffee?
But the luau itself, what was like just the scenery they put you in, because you basically pay for this whole day long event at this Polynesian Cultural Center. So you'll see like all the different Polynesian islands have little different areas. Then you have like a fire show at the end, which was awesome. I have no idea how much my mom paid for it because that was all her, not me. But that was worth it. I didn't pay for it, but I thought that food was pretty great. But they gave you like a pina colada in a pineapple, but there's no alcohol in it. So you're like, what's the point? But
there you go.
Yeah.
All right, so we are nearing the end. Real quick, I did want to make sure that I asked you guys one other credit card related question, and that is, what is the card that's had the most spend in your wallet last year?
Sapphire Preferred.
Sapphire Preferred, okay.
Yeah. Public.
Gotta get those sprouts.
Online grocery and dining. Yeah.
City Prestige.
City Prestige, yeah, that's a good one.
In the last calendar year or in 2025 or?
Yeah, 2025.
Oh, geez. Probably a tie between a couple of the platinums I got, 8,000 each.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I would say my business platinum last year for the sub, and other than that, Truthfully speaking, the Robinhood Gold, because that's what we put on for Walmart for grocery shopping, and that was my resident 3% back card. And then I turned around and reinvested a bunch of that money. But yeah, these kids, they just eat every day. No one tells you that they eat every day.
3 times a day.
Sometimes even multiple times a day.
Like,
Sometimes
they're so small. Like, what? They eat every day.
Man, yeah.
Probably
That's
for
crazy.
me, and I'd say that Chase Inc. Cash, because that was the highest sign up bonus I did, and I think I didn't put like any money on cards after the sign up bonus for the most part. But that is how I get 5x on Amazon and Walmart. So that card has like the littlest amount of utility for non-sub spending. I finally got through all of my gift cards that I bought for Walmart specifically. So.
All right. Yeah. Mine is definitely my business platinum card. That's because I actually put our tax payment on here to get the sub. And then in addition to that, I put the first installment for the adoption fees and everything. So I ended up actually getting reasonably close to getting free lounge access for me and a guest, but decided it wasn't worth the extra $15,000 to spend on it. So, but
what about this year though? I wonder if everyone will have the same this year.
Maybe, yeah, definitely. If anybody got the palladium,
yeah. For me, it's going to be palladium for sure.
For me, it's going to be palladium.
Yeah, palladium.
Yeah. There's just no question. I mean, absolutely true.
Don't have it, so don't have to worry about it.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Doesn't explode.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we only have about 5 minutes left until I told everybody that we were going to be cutting it off, and I guess we might as well go ahead and do that because I got to clock in for Wells duty here soon. But thanks so much for joining, everybody. You guys have all been very special to my journey over the last year, and I just wanted to make sure that you guys were here to help celebrate. And I just want to say thank you so much to every single one of you. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you guys. So, and that goes to show for the audience as well. Thanks so much for being here, you guys. You're amazing. Every single one of you are.
Thank you, Philip. It was great.
It
was really
yeah,
nice.
Amazing film.
This is so much fun.
2025 Rookie of the Year, point to Phillip.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's right. I did get that. Yeah. But anyway, I do want to make sure that you guys have enough chance to kind of go around the room and talk about whatever it is you want to tell people to go do for your channel. So we can go ahead and kick it off with Rewards Master. What would people like to? What would you like for our audience to do?
Well, I guess watch all of our videos. I don't know. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And then maybe call City and ask them for referral links.
Yes, please,
Yeah.
please. That would be
bet they will.
fantastic.
Yeah. And then Anthony, what should our audience do for you? I think you have a really cool school that we need to get signed up for, right?
No, we don't have to talk about that, but it's I appreciate it. You do as well. We can talk about that.
I'm working on it yet. I'm working on doing a couple classes with school too, but I haven't actually went public with it yet. But John, what should people do for you? I think you have a membership, right?
Yes, I do have a membership. It is $1.99 a month, and I'm doing members only videos and started doing members only streams again. So, but yeah, check out the channel if you've not subscribed yet. Do that first. So, but I think, but not just promoting myself, but also promoting everybody here, because whether we agree on things and disagree on things, what I love about this community is I may not agree with someone on a take. I may not see the value in something that person says, but one, you're probably going to teach me something. And two, I like hearing stories. I want to hear stories of, hey, I have this card and this is how I use it and this is how I get so much value of it. It's like, okay, that's cool to hear about. All right. And it may not be for me, but I just like hearing people's stories.
I love that.
So that's what's so great about this. We're all different. We all do different things. We all get value in different things. And it's just amazing to hear the stories. So
Exactly. Exactly. Kirby, what do you want people to do?
I want everyone to subscribe to my channel first, then everyone else's second. I got a shamelessly plug, absolutely shameless plug, because I did have a video upload during the course of this stream. I tried to put it in the chat. I don't think the link works exactly as how I want it to, but I am super close to 500 subscribers. Then I can start making my own members-only content. I do think mine will be. I'll probably make more members-only videos than I will normal videos. Just because there's much more things I want to talk about behind the paywall. I'll be like, so that's just like what I'm like. I love the nerdy, getting super down into the deeps of the math, kind of like a Dugras. And those videos don't tend to really perform very well when you just post them. So I'm kind of saving some of those videos for when I can get those members only, and the 6 of us that really care about them can watch them and won't throw off the rest of my analytics when I talk about how I saved $10,000, because for some reason no one cares about redemption videos. They only care about the news videos, I guess.
That's true.
There's a great wealth of knowledge here in the credit card game, and you'll be able to find a creator that you travel similarly to. So like I said, I'm not someone who's flying international business class all the time, but I'm someone like, they would say I'm young in career because I'm in HR, so you're not allowed to say young people, but I am a younger person. I hit 27 this week. That's a little gross to me, but I don't have all that life experience yet. But I know there's just a bunch of 27-year-olds that want to learn how to travel for the first time. So I'm hoping I can fill that niche.
There we go. All right. Thanks so much, Kirby. And Chad, what do you want our audience to do?
I want our audience to be the smartest credit card users in the room. I say do that by taking your knowledge wherever you can get it. Get value. Keep your creators honest. I would highly suggest you subscribe to everyone here. Not even necessarily me. Turn me off if I become horribly offensive, because I am not the best human in the world, but I still want everyone to be the smartest people in the room. Deploy your points. Do what you got to do. Take it seriously. The game moniker is misleading because this is your financial life that you're talking about. So definitely keep supporting Phillip. He will be doing 12 videos a day for 2026. Make sure you stay up with Bob, because you never know what part of the globe that he is in. Anthony is one of the reasons that I've made it this far. He is a wealth of knowledge as far as YouTube, traveling, and credit cards are concerned, just broad financial concepts, and brave enough to cover topics that other people don't. John, I have to say, I've watched his growth, and he is a vulgar man in the best way. You should join his membership, and Kirby will show you all things domestic travel, especially with those young in career. So I would say I would like to push everyone to the front, because that competition means the most, and be the smartest that you could possibly be.
There you go. All right. Well, thanks again, everyone, for being here. And again, thank you, everyone, for being in the audience as well. And, that will take care of it for everybody here. Thanks again. Hopefully, we'll be able to do it again next year. That would be great. Open invitations to all of you. And then anyone else that also helps over the next year as well. So anyway, thanks again for everyone for being here. And I can't wait to see you guys until next time. Have a great day.
Thank you, Phil.
Have a good one, everyone.
See you guys.
Take care.